Click on the main and impact character intro topic. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. It's now time to identify your main character. A main character is a character through whose eyes the audience experiences the story through a personal journey. Dramatica does not assume who our main character is. The obvious choice is to make Little Red the main character, but we could just as easily make Harry Wolf or some other player the main character. For this walkthrough, let's do the obvious and select Little Red as the main character. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. The story guide brings us back to Little Red's character information. This gives us an opportunity to revise what we wrote earlier. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. We skipped giving Little Red a description before, but let's write some now that we've chosen her as the main character. Little Red is a precocious 11-year-old girl. She's a quick wit with a smart mouth. She can't wait for her body development to catch up to her adult mind so that people will stop treating her like a child. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. Let's add a description of Little Red's activities. Little Red occasionally works in her parents' bakery, Mom and Pop's goodie shop, which she hates. She's an avid birdwatcher and collector. She's about to go into the 7th grade and rides her bicycle around town while waiting for the summer vacation to end. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. The story guide now asks us to select one of our characters as the impact character. The impact character is the character that forces the main character to deal with her personal issues, whatever those may be. The impact character need not be aware of its effect on the main character, but it provides a contrasting worldview to that of the main character. The impact character is often a friend, family member, teacher, partner, love interest, and occasionally even the antagonist. In an effort to keep this story simple, let's select Harry Wolf as the impact character. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. Press Shift-Enter to move to the next topic. Let's describe Harry now. Harry is a shifty character. He's in his 20s, unshaven, and good-looking in a bad boy way. He's out on parole for a botched breaking and entering. He also likes wearing women's clothing. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. Let's skip describing Harry Wolf's activities for now. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. At the end of each section in the story guide is an opportunity to print out the results of our efforts up to that point. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. The story guide also shows us our progress. According to the story status, we've completed Section 1, Getting Started. The next section is Story Forming, Building Structure. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. This section topic introduction reads as follows. Congratulations! Having laid a preliminary foundation, you are now ready to embark on the process of creating your story's dramatic structure. This story-forming section is comprised of what Dramatica considers essential questions that every author should know about his or her story. Rather than simple filling-in information, here you will be asked to make decisions about the dramatic thrust of your story. By selecting one option over another, you are providing input to the most powerful aspect of your Dramatica software, the story engine. While you are working, the interactive story engine is working behind the scenes, calculating the impact of each of your choices on previous decisions you have already made. Based on your input, the story engine is constantly adjusting which options are available for future questions. In that way, you are always presented with the options which reflect the dramatic intent you have already designed. There's more, but that's the gist of it. Press Shift-Enter to go to the next topic. The story guide now asks us to come up with a short description of our story's goal. The story goal is something that all of the characters are either for or against. It's not something private that concerns only the main character or impact character. Let's see. In the traditional version of Little Red Riding Hood, the goal might be to bring Grandma some food. Let's take this a slightly different direction. There is an escaped murderer on the loose and everyone wants him captured before he kills again. That opens up the story a bit and even introduces another character, the escaped murderer. Let's quickly pop back to add this character. Select the Create Characters topic. Click on the Create a Character button. Let's call character number 5 Deadeye Dan. His role is Escaped Murderer, and he is male. In the topics list, scroll down to Throughline Choices in the Story Forming section. Click on the topic. Press Shift-Enter to move to the next topic. Up to this point, the topics have been relatively ordinary of the fill-in-the-blank variety. Whatever we put in is what we get out. Story forming questions are all multiple choice. They range from 2 to 64 options from which to choose. This topic has 4 choices and asks us to determine the area explored in the overall story throughline. We're now in pure Dramatica territory. The overall story can be described as the big picture view of the story. The topic reads, "Pull back and look at the story from a bird's eye view. Which general area best describes the nature of the problems all the characters are dealing with?" We are presented with 4 choices: situation, activity, manipulation, and fixed attitude. Before we go any further, let's take a look at some of the other Help View buttons. Click on the Definitions button. This button gives you the definition for the selected story forming choice. Situation is selected above, so the query system gives you Dramatica's definition for the term situation as it relates to story forming. Look to the short definition, synonyms, and the longer definition to get a better understanding of the choices you have. Change the choice from situation to activity. Take a look at the new definition in the Help View. Click on the Context button. The Context button gives you one or more examples of your choice within the context of the topic. This contextual example reads, "Activity as the through line. All of the overall characters are concerned with an activity or endeavor. For example, searching for lost treasure, engaging in a sport, exercising as a way of life, self-flagellation, taking part in a cattle drive, learning about DNA, obtaining secret plans, understanding messages from space, etc." Change the choice from activity to manipulation, and the contextual examples change. Click on the Stories button. Dramatica Pro ships with 68 story examples. The Stories button shows you which of the example stories have story forms the same as your current choice. This means that All About Eve and the other examples listed all have the overall story through lines dealing with manipulation. Change the choice from manipulation to fixed attitude, and the contextual examples change. Amadeus, Apt Pupil, Barefoot in the Park, and more have overall story through lines dealing with fixed attitudes. Click on the Help button. The Help button gives instructions on what to do in any topic window. This is a multiple choice topic, so the Help text tells us how to pick items from lists with multiple choices. It says we make choices by selecting one of the items on the left and hitting the Add button. Each of these Help View buttons is useful and filled with relevant information. I highly recommend using them as you make choices in your story. Okay, back to our story. We have 4 choices, one of which should best describe the source of conflict for the characters. An overall story throughline involving a situation is one where troubles occur because everyone is concerned with being stuck. An overall story throughline involving an activity is one where troubles occur because everyone is concerned with a problematic activity. An overall story throughline involving manipulation is one where the troubles occur because everyone is concerned with dysfunctional ways of thinking. An overall story throughline involving a fixed attitude is one where troubles occur because everyone is concerned with clashing positions on an issue or preconceptions. We said that the overall story throughline in Little Red involves an escaped murderer on the loose and everyone wants him captured before he kills again. That sounds like activity to me, so let's make that choice. Select Activity and press the Add button. Sometimes you can't narrow it down to one choice. When that happens, add your alternative choices by adding them to the choice listed on the right. Use the Remove button to clear choices listed in the column on the right that are no longer appropriate. Press Shift-Enter to move to the next topic. We're asked to give examples